Hello and welcome back to the Sea Hag Plays Pikmin 2. We just finished up Pikmin 1, or day 1 of Pikmin, our intro day, so now things start to get real. We will now have a timer on each day, as well as the ability to get multiple parts, and if I do this right, not only will we be able to get at least 2 parts on day 2, but also the yellow Pikmin with some decent population and some doors open. So without further ado, here we go to the Forest of Hope! Oh, isn't this just beautiful? My dolphin has returned to the surface along with the Pikmin's onion. This is another little tutorial message. Essentially, you get under the onion, you press A, and you pull them all out. One of the things that we will start to encounter on this level is the actual bad guys. Fortunately, they do set us off relatively easily. It's not too bad initially. We also will get a second color of Pikmin, which also gives us these yellow pellets. Unfortunately, because we don't start the day off with yellow Pikmin, they're kind of a bit of a pain in the butt to get, so I really don't care initially about these yellow pellets. I'm just going to get them on the red, grab a couple extra people, and extra Pikmin, sorry, and go from there. Here we go. These are one of the 2 types of walls that you can find in the game. These are breakable by Pikmin, and these are breakable by Pikmin with bomb rocks. We will be picking up yellow Pikmin this day, so I don't feel bad telling you. That's not a big spoiler. They are the only ones in this game who can carry bomb rocks. That does change in later editions. And we'll use them to clear open some extra pathways to get back. One more. There we go. So the one thing about the gates that is a little bit weird is when you are done, they don't naturally run back to you like when they are carrying stuff if you are within a certain vicinity. So you do have to call them back. This here is a tiny Bulborb. It wants to eat you. I will not let it. With the Bulborbs and the bad guys in this, again, like I said, there are yellow Pikmin coming this level, but early on, it's just about, in my opinion, getting as many reds as possible. There will be plenty to pick up for our yellow Pikmin shortly, but we do have a part that we can get between here and the yellow Pikmin, and that will require more Pikmin than we currently have. One of the other items, part of the landscape that we will get to interact with, are these bridges. However, that bridge in particular leads to somewhere that we need blue Pikmin for, so it's not even worth us looking at right now. For those of you who have perhaps only played the Wii U version, this version does let you use the C-stick or the yellow joystick on the GameCube controller. This actually allows you to move around and control your mob of Pikmins. That helps you to attack, to defend, to whatever you need to, pick up pellets. Another way to do it is you actually can hit X to release all of them at one time, and at that point they will kind of be a little bit chaotic and glom onto the first thing that they can find. Added part of Pikmin here is this lovely grass. The Pikmin are kind of addicts for anything nectar related. It does sort of allow them to upgrade their abilities. They become these lovely, beautiful flower Pikmin. And unfortunately, they are really greedy, so whichever ones you can get on the blob of nectar, the better. One will take a whole amount of nectar, just as much as one blob of nectar can totally turn your entire team into flowers. The flowers are faster and stronger. Ooh, another piece. So with my powered up flower Pikmin, I'm going to get rid of these guys. Do one last sweep of those before moving on to the big mama over there and pick up this 10. Everything else, including the Big Mom and the flowers, will be going to the yellow Pikmin during this game, during this day, sorry, as they do need some bolstering on day 1. So here's a whole wackadoodle more green ones. So one of the tricks I use to get as many red flower Pikmin as possible is I use my C-stick to kind of bunch them together like so, and then I just sort of run them through. And as you can see, all but, 2 of them were able to get on nectar? 2 or 3 of them. Okay, we'll start with the piece first, because at minimum in this game you need to get 1 piece a day. And unfortunately, of course, you want more than 1 piece, because 1 piece a day takes you to the final day with only 1 shot at the final level, which does have some more complicated puzzles. So you want to, at very least, be hitting a minimum of 1 a day. Here's my 1. Right after this, we'll go get some yellow Pikmin. Poof! There it is. One of the neat things about this is you actually get to physically see your ship rebuild, which I think is really cool. Eternal Few Dynamo. This should light things up for me. No more candles for me! Why I'm talking in my throat? I do not know. I literally sound like I have a frog in my throat. I promise you, I do not. So these are a little bit harder to kill. Obviously, they are much larger than their small counterparts. There's 2 ways I find that are very effective. You can either throw them on the back, which is a little bit less effective, I find, than just straight up swarming them. I find, like, boom, right there. If you swarm them correctly, you can kill them in almost no time. If you don't swarm them correctly, however, they will turn around and start eating your Pikmin. So it's a little bit of stealth, as well as manipulating where the Pikmin are before charging in and kicking their butts. And this is just the this is the light mode. These lovely bulborbs, the big ones, will 110% get harder as you go along. I think there's 2 or 3 different ones in this game in particular, with more coming in Pikmin 2 and 3, respectively. So that was information just about the clock system. We are now at noon. We are halfway through the day. Okay, trick here is going to be get this little one for the big one. Boom. Okay. Ooh. Ah, shoot. The big one found us. One of the things about these Pikmin... Oh, no. Don't attack yet. One thing about the Pikmin is that if... Ah, no. Fatality. They do tend to not follow too far, so you can outrun them fairly easily, as long as you don't get yourself into a cornered position. Here we go. Revenge! Okay, I am not too worried about losing the 1 Pikmin. It happens. It is okay. But now I'm going to use my existing Pikmin to just kind of clear the way a bit for some yellow Pikmin shenanigans. Boom, boom, boom. We get an onion popping up. Bloop. Is there anything else I can do with the reds before moving on? No. So I'm just going to dump the reds right here. They can stay safe. I just have to remember to go back and actually get them. And here we go, our first yellow Pikmin. Oh, look at him. He's so cute. So if you notice about this one, it does not have a nose, but it does have ears. So it's a Pikmin nonetheless. First glance, Jeff, this one has what? In some circles would be considered very large ears. It looks like it may weigh less than the others. In what other ways might it be different from the red Pikmin? No matter, they're obviously quite similar, so I shall call this one a Pikmin as well. So like I said, the yellow Pikmin will be able to pick up bomb rocks, which is hugely important to opening not only shortcuts, but also accessing more parts than we have access to currently. It also means that they are able to jump up even higher, and I'm not 100% certain on this one, but I do know in Pikmin 2 it also makes them resistant to lightning, electricity, that kind of thing, which is very, very helpful because there are some bad guys definitely in the second one that can electrocute your entire party. That is never fun. So right now we're just continuing to prioritize as many getting as many yellow Pikmin as possible. You'll notice in some folks they're a little bit worried about having more Pikmin rather than less, because it does get a little bit hectic sometimes when you have so many Pikmin on screen. However, for me, my personal preference is I like a team of 100 as soon as I can get it, because at the very least it's a very strong team that can do a lot of damage, and you want to be able to take out the bad guys as quick as possible, because it is very surprisingly easy to just all of a sudden decimate an entire chunk of Pikmin. Okay, so now that I have a good little group here, and I will have to come back no matter what, I'm going to use my little group here to load up on these bomb rocks, so we'll have a little cinematic. Look at what I found! I found a little rock! How these Pikmin know to naturally just pick up these explodey balls, I have no idea. So something they actually fixed for Pikmin 2, or not Pikmin 2, for the remaster of Pikmin for the Wii, which I am a fan of, because it's the only thing that I really dislike about this game, is that the yellow Pikmin are actually quite sensitive. And I don't just mean they have feelings. I mean that if you throw one accidentally that has a bomb rock and there is nothing around it to blow up, what it will do is it will drop the rock immediately where it is and move on. Now, the problem with that, of course, is if it is surrounded by other Pikmin, it will just straight up blow up all the Pikmin. And that's just sad. Now, we only have about a quarter or so of the day left, so I'm going to take these red Pikmin. No, that's my bad. And I'm going to clear out any bad guys in this immediate area. There are quite a lot of these little grubs pop up. As you can see, I lost a few more Pikmin there. The only ones that you do have to watch out for are the, what is referred to as the male grubs. So they are the purple ones, not the white ones. They are the only ones who can actually eat you, which is also really good to know just in general, that you're not going to just die. Okay. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Now, today is a little bit of a sort of prep day in a way. I've only got the one part, which is totally fine. I've opened up part of a passage. There is a little bit more to go. And I want that one... Oh, that's a harmless one. And I want that one more piece. So with the bomb Pikmin that I still have, there are 3 types of walls, just as a heads up. There's the lightest gray, which is the one I just blew up. They take 3. I know I threw 4. There's the dark ones, which have... the darkest ones have, I think... it's 9, and there's sort of an in-between one that is... I think it is 6. So that should... Yep, there we go. That's open. Again, I don't have a ton of time left today. I am okay with how today went, because I was able to at the very least, open up a lot, and it's going to set us up for... Oh, these are going to die. That was just 100% an aggressive misplay on my part. I'm so sorry we lost 4 Pikmin. No, okay. Sad. Now I'm sad. But that is okay, because we will be able to get more. One thing I don't worry about in my Pikmin run-throughs is loss of Pikmin. It is sad, it does suck, it does take a day, but there are so many that you can get from the game. Especially, I will show a little tutorial on how to boost your Pikmin exponentially. So, like I said with this countdown, you will see, I think they're... Oh, no, they don't have it in this one. They must start in 2. So, as long as you're within this little starting area, your Pikmin are fine. Now, because I don't have any of them on me right now, if it were to just end, we would lose literally everything. Oh, crap, I'm missing 5. Well, oh, no, they were planted. We're good, we're good. It's the end of the day, we're safe. Okay, I was worried that I left a couple somewhere, but that no one died. There would be an animation at the end. Thank goodness. I'll just have to go pick up those sprouts tomorrow. So one thing that I did screw up today is I didn't get all those extra enemies. That would have given me plenty more, but because I was doing some talking as I was going through it, I was a little bit behind. But as you can see here, you can actually watch Lost in Battle. I lost 9 today. None left behind, though. That's good, and you can actually see with those lines. Well, that brings us to the end of day 2. Thank you for watching Sea Hag Plays Pikmin. I would love it if you would continue to come back. Please like, subscribe, and follow my profile for updates. Check us out on Twitch TV, where I will be putting the longer videos up there, and we will see you soon.